Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. This snake-bitten Dallas Cowboys season has seen nearly all of the stars go down with injury at some point. The only one to this point that has not missed substantial time has been wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Lamb has proven the Iron Man through this turmoil and continued to produce without Dak Prescott in the lineup. He demonstrated a strong reminder in the Cowboys' win over the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, reeling in 9 catches for 166 yards and a touchdown. That yardage total is his second highest of this season, and his 1,089 yards for the season are third best among all wide receivers, but the real intrigue Lamb lies in an unusual receptions record that he is chasing in the final 3 weeks. Lamb has 489 receptions thus far over the course of his first 5 seasons, rather shocking stats given the injury absence of Dak. With 22 more grabs, he will surpass former New Orleans Saints wideout Michael Thomas for the most receptions in a player's first 5 years in the NFL. He holds the record with 521. For him to clear that benchmark, he will need roughly 7 receptions per game over the final 3 contests. Lamb has gotten that in 3 of the Cowboys' last 5 games, with one of the shortcomings ending with 6 receptions. Looking at the opponents for this challenge, Dallas will first face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next week. Lamb has had mixed results against Todd Bowles' defenses over the years, but the nature of their banged-up secondary could play into his favor. The Cowboys finish with the Eagles, followed by the Commanders. In his first matchup with Philadelphia, Lamb had 6 catches. Against Washington, he had a busy day with 10 grabs on 12 targets. Though Brandon Cooks and Jake Ferguson have returned to the lineup the last few weeks, the passing options for this offense are still considerably limited. That means Lamb could be in line for a few more big productions to close the season. It would certainly be a marked accomplishment for a player whose star continues to grow regardless which side he is on. Come Week 18, a record-breaking performance could be a nice high note for Dallas to leave an otherwise abysmal season on. Spagnuolo, hard to believe this amazing resiliency. They come here to face the somewhat resurgent Carolina Panthers on a short week, having to play 2 games in a 7-day period. They had their hearts broken this past Monday when they turned a deflected punt into a muffed ball in the final 2 minutes, leading directly to a 27-20 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. They came here without Demarion Overshown, lost for the season and possibly next season too with a crushing knee injury, soon to undergo a serious surgery. They surprisingly came here without starting cornerback Trayvon Diggs, having chosen to undergo season-ending knee surgery to repair damaged cartilage, meaning now they would be playing without 4 players who have been to a Pro Bowl and 10 players overall at some point this season. The offensive line was a mess. No starting guard, no starting center, no starting left tackle nor the immediate backup thereto. No starting quarterback, Dak Prescott making the trip this time with the use of his crutches, although hard to watch him struggle up the stairs to the charter flight coming home. Then during this game, played before thousands missing from the 70,570 distributed tickets announced, allowing for Cowboys fan to proliferate the stadium, Dallas lost 3 more starters during the game, 2 of those backups replacing injured starters in the first place. Because of all this, some guy who is supposed to set betting lines, trying his best to make his company money on these NFL games, had the 3-10 Panthers 2.5-point favorites over the 5-8 Cowboys, the first time Carolina has been a betting favorite in the past 34 games. And what do we get from these injured and a bit emotionally decimated Cowboys? Cowboys 30, Panthers a distant 14. Keeping, so slim mathematical playoff hopes alive when common sense says otherwise. Talk about a resilient bunch. And head coach Mike McCarthy, who keeps this team plowing ahead against expanding odds, agrees, saying, "We've always been a resilient bunch." Exhibit C already this season when once again counted out. This seemingly improbable win nudges the Cowboys' record to 6-8 with 3 games to play, knowing above all else they would need to win out to even remotely have a chance at that third NFC wildcard berth. And those chances grew fingernail thin on Sunday when the Saints, down 20-19 to Washington after scoring a touchdown with no time left on the clock, decided to go for the 2-point conversion and the win, only to fail. That pushed the Commanders' record to 9-5, remaining 3 games ahead of the Cowboys for that final available playoff spot. But then there are the 8-6 Rams and Seahawks in a virtual tie for first in the NFC West, just 1 game behind the Commanders, the Cardinals at 7-7, just 1 game behind both in the West, with the 6-7 Falcons playing Monday night a half game behind them and already with a win over the Cowboys. And if that were not enough of a mountain to climb, the Niners also are 6-8 but hold the head-to-head advantage over the Cowboys. As we can see, not only do the Cowboys need to win out, but these other teams also need to start doing a whole lot of losing for Dallas to have a playoff chance. While the Cowboys will finish out the season at home against Tampa Bay, then on the road against the Eagles and back home against a Commanders team they already have beaten, Washington, before finishing out the season against the Cowboys, first must face the Eagles and Falcons at home. Micah Parsons makes declarative statement about recent Cowboys trade rumors. Parsons made his intentions for his future with the Cowboys clear. Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons appeared to shut down rumors that suggested he could be traded this offseason on Monday. Rumors that the Cowboys were open to dealing Parsons emerged when NFL Network reporter Ian Rappaport said the Cowboys had not closed the door on the idea of trading him. Rappaport spoke to Cowboys executive vice president Stephen Jones during the NFL League meetings in December, where Jones questioned whether it was smart to put so much money into a handful of players. Still, Jones also told Rappaport at the time, "We love Micah. I can't imagine there's a scenario where he's not wearing a star on his helmet." Following the reports, Parsons told John Machota of The Athletic, "I understand how that business side goes. There are no hard feelings in this business, whether I'm here or anywhere else. Obviously, I've stated that I want to be here. But at the end of the day, I understand the business side. I've put in a lot of work, I've played hard too, so obviously if sides can't agree to those type of things, it happens like that. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm just gonna keep playing hard while I'm here. If I'm here for the next 5 to 6 years, I'm gonna keep playing hard then too. Ain't nothing really gonna make a difference, Micah is gonna play hard." On Monday, Jones and Parsons both clarified their previous statements by making their intentions clear. The plan is for Parsons to remain a Cowboy. "We see Micah as a Cowboy for long term," Jones said on 105.3 The Fan. "We've said all along our goal was to sign all 3, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb and Parsons, and that's still our goal. Like I said, I'm going to be a Cowboy for life. We're gonna figure out a way for me to be a Cowboy for life," Parsons said on The Edge with Micah Parsons on Bleacher Report. "I'm gonna be very excited at the end of this year. I hope the fans are going to be excited because I think it's going to be a great offseason." The Cowboys cleared things up with 2 of their big 3 over the offseason. They signed Prescott to a 4-year, $240 million deal and Lamb to a 4-year, $136 million contract in the lead-up to the 2024 season. They will look to come to terms on a deal with Parsons in 2025. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Micah Parsons? Leave your opinion in the comments.